I'm back with Easton here. He and Rowdy are here. They're both Shetland sheepdogs, or Shelties for short. Easton has quite a thick coat, so he took me about a half an hour to dry. Rowdy's isn't quite as thick. I'm still using my conditioning spray. One thing I forgot to mention in my other video before I started dyeing him is I like to put cotton balls in their ears. This acts as protection against the dryers and the sound. So I might have said that in one of my videos, but it just helps drown out some of that noise. I wear either my earbuds or I have some pretty big ear protection as well. It's really important to wear ear protection when you're grooming and drying dogs because I think over the years my hearing has gone and I didn't used to wear protection. So that's also another thing that is really important for your health and taking care of your body is you need your hearing. So he's just getting a light trim up, nothing too crazy, but you can see his coat's nice and shiny, easy to brush through now. And I use, like I said, I use both blow dryers. I did a mini video to show you guys how I use the blaster and the dryer. And then I always use the stand dryer and brush dry their coats completely. You're not going to get a quality groom unless you use the stand dryer. You're not going to get a quality groom if you just stick the dog in the kennel dryer. I don't like using kennel dryers. I used to a long time ago, back in the 90s when it was popular, but today I'm doing more of like one-on-one grooming, so I'm bathing him and drying him and just finishing him from start to finish. So he does not go in the dryer. And like I said, you won't get a quality groom if you put them in a kennel dryer. I don't have kennels in my shop at all. So I'm just going to show you what I do for trimming up his feet. So I've already done his pads. I've already done his nails. I do all that before the bath. And then I'm just going to tidy up around his feet. I want nice tight feet. I'm using my 8.5-inch curves that I got from Sherry at Leading Edge. She's amazing. She's in St. Albert. So if you're local to the area, if you want to go see her, she's absolutely fantastic. She does blade sharpening and all the things that, like, fix your clippers. She just fixed my clippers not too long ago. She carries a variety of different grooming tools. So normally I like to use the Chris Christensen brush. This is one of my favorites. It's quite heavy and heavy duty. It's called the slicker brush. The pins on here are quite soft if you were to touch them, but they are strong. And so Sherry, she actually has a version of the Chris Christensen brush, and it's in her brand name. It's actually quite a bit softer, but I love it because it's super soft, and it's actually lighter than the Chris Christensen brush. So just a little bit about that. And I forgot to mention the biggest part is that this is way less price-wise. I think I paid $65 for this brush, whereas I paid $95 to $100 for this one, not including taxes. So quite a bit difference in price. And same with my scissors. They're good quality scissors. They're probably my favorites. Like I said, I used to use a lot of Chris Christensen stuff, and I do miss some of my Chris Christensen stuff. Some of it still works. The reason I miss it and I don't have it anymore is because I let the wrong person sharpen my tools, and I paid the price dearly. I literally cried when I got them back because they didn't work anymore, and So they don't work. But I have lots of other tools, so we'll wait for the next show and see if we can find some deals. I just like to follow around the pad. I don't like to go too short on the hop. We want a nice fluffy foot. I don't know if you can see. I guess you can kind of see there. So I'm going to just take the tips off here. He's not a show dog, so he doesn't need anything fancy, but it's pretty much standard for Shelties. They do it a little bit different for show, but I'm not doing those terms. He gets the pet version. And unfortunately, he had to have one of his toes amputated just last year. Yeah, a little bit of, I think he had something in there, maybe it was cancer. So he got one toe missing. And he's still a little bit fussy over his feet sometimes. He's actually very ticklish, as you can see. He usually kicks my flippers out of my hand when I do his pads for the back feet. So I have to hold on tight. That's one thing you have to be careful of. So I'm just gonna do a light trim up on his fringes now. He's starting to get pretty flat on his pasturing, so I'm trying to raise this foot up. Normally, I don't like to hold it like this, but because he's so flat on his pasturings and he's sensitive, I might have to just go with the flow here, whatever he lets us do. It's not good to hold the foot up anyways and do all this, but typically you want to do it from down here and just like around the edges to the foot. He's not, like I said, he's not the most cooperative for his feet, so we're just going to tighten it up inside there. And I'm just taking this around, tightening all that up. Make sure I comb him out really good. So I'm just going to lift his belly hairs up and comb down. This is what you would call line brushing. And then I take my conditioner. I'm just going to make sure that we got all the undercoat out. Oh boy. Easton has been coming to me for at least 5 years. And his owners are amazing. His brother Rowdy is hanging out just around the corner. He's just laying down waiting for his turn to be trimmed up. He's already bathed and dried. So they're so sweet. Myrna is her name, and she always brings me something, whether it's wine, cinnamon buns. Today was cinnamon buns, so I'm super looking forward to my reward after. Can't wait to homemade cinnamon buns from the local bakery around the corner. So excited to get homemade cinnamon buns. It's not very loud. Although your mommy's been bringing me stuff every time she comes. So sweet. Yeah. So I am very lucky and fortunate to have the clients that I have. They all spoil me in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's through words of encouragement or praise. Some show me the way they tip or just brag about me to their friends. Comments on Facebook and Instagram. I can't tell you how lucky and fortunate I am to have the clientele that I do. Right? Do you want to sit? No? So I'm just gonna finish him up, and then we'll take his picture and do a quick vacuum. He hates the vacuum, so I might do it well. He's outside on a pee break. It is definitely really important to take care of your body. Again, I can't stress that enough. Body, your health is so important to be able to do this job. So I'm gonna start back at the gym here right away. I just had to find a gym buddy because I lack motivation after working hard all day. Right? You're standing on my comb buds. Move your bum. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Such a good coat. A little bit of static today. How come? Working my way around, gonna do the other side. I do have some other finishing sprays, but I really just love this leave-in conditioner. It's one of my favorites. I can't believe I worked this long without it. I just recently found it actually a few months ago. That's the SOS. I think it's SOS, something like that. Such a weird name, but like I said, it's all plant-based, great product, Canadian made. There are some other products that I really like too. Like I really like the Melanie Newman. Such great stuff. It's all plant-based as well. Just it's so much softer on the dogs and on their skin, and easier on their coats, and just I love the Melanie Newman. I love the smell. It's just and I can get it in Okotoks, but it's just very expensive. So I kind of started going more so with the Oath shampoo just because it's less pricey, and you know, let's face it, everything's just gone up in this world, and hard to maintain a shop when you're paying out such high prices for stuff. So I do buy it still, just haven't for a little while. I'm hoping that I usually get it when it's on sale if I can. So I check the website usually. Try to save where you can on things, because everything is just, this world is going crazy with the prices. They usually charge $100 for Shelties. Go up depending on difference of coats. This client's been a long time client, so I don't charge her, and she's also a senior, so I charge her $100 a year. If he was a new client, I would probably charge $110, $120, just because he is quite large and he's very, very thick. John, what are you eating? My Kleenex? Can't have you eating Kleenex. Get sick. likes coming with little hooks on the bum. So we're just trimming around this back down here. Nothing crazy. Just trying to keep it clean. Scraggly hairs that remain down. Like I said, very little trimming. Just giving a little bit of shape. It's amazing what a little tiny bit of trimming can do and what it looks like. It's kind of like when you buy a house, you put a coat of paint on it, just changes everything. Like that, I guess. Just tiny little touches. Not much needs to be done. And that's it. Finish him off with some Crown Royal finishing spray. Smells really good, that's why I use it. Most of the time if your dog is clean and you're using good shampoo, good quality stuff, and finishing sprays, you won't need to use perfumes or anything like that. And it is all done. Do you want to say hi? Everybody, did you want to say hi? This is Easton. This is Rowdy.